The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.
The Andy Luke and Arif football machine.
Autobots, transform! I like this kind of party!
Straight cash, homie.
Starts now.
Leave that in. Welcome back to Thunderdome for another Zone Coverage Football Machine, Zone Coverage Podcast Network. I'm your not so humble host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. And I have equity, more equity than the French save by not having to grease their light poles because they're actually a decent society and city of people.
That's maybe the only time you praise the French.
Yeah. And see, we have Arc de Triomphe.
En français.
Oui, oui. Les incompétents. What was the Arc de Triomphe? What was that built for? It was Napoleon.
Winning. Yeah, it was probably Napoleon.
Yeah.
Gotta have one nowadays.
Apparently Napoleon was actually normal height.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But history denigrates him, but like, yeah, you're short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal height
Back
for
in the
like
day.
his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So like he's like the height that he's contemporarily known for is accurate. It's just that like everyone was shorter, I think is the thing.
Yeah.
Is it like Shrek where they pick him up and do you remember that?
No. Actual normal height. I think you've missed the whole.
There's some tall guy that does that though.
What? Apparently Napoleon was normal height. Oh, you mean like Shrek? You know when he picked up a tiny Napoleon?
5'5" might have been normal back then.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
the
know.
point I was getting
it was.
across. Jesus, Tom.
I'm wrong. I wear it.
Join me as always, Arif Hassan, NFL. Hey.
Hey.
Or should it be...
It's the Arc de Triomphe is multiple wars: the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars.
Oh,
That's less impactful that way. I think.
there you go. Well, if it was the French Revolution, they should have built it out of heads. Just mortar and heads. Really make a statement.
The hell?
I think I kind of
Mommy?
regret the whole
What is that?
guillotine thing, but
Yeah.
it's
No regrets.
Luke _spin man.
Hey,
What's going
feels
on?
good to be back, boys. What, a week? Football's starting in a week?
Kinda, yeah.
Wow.
Well,
yeah,
well,
sorta.
Bears already reporting, so yes, football starts in a week.
Well, I know, like, Ravens rookies are there and everything else, but...
Well, rookies and Hayden Hurst.
Like, are you guys ready for this? That's what I'm asking.
Hey, can you buy us beer? Cool. Also, working the board, Tom Schreier, T. Schreier 3. Let's go.
I think this is our best photo. I think Yinka's presence in this photo is amazing.
I don't, the one where Arif missed for some reason, and we put him in like Harambe, like with the faded style.
It was pretty good.
Or he looked
That was
or he looked like a
great.
Little B, the base god, or whatever his name is.
The base god.
Yeah, Yinka's on his way. He's on Yinka time per usual. But today we're talking about Vikings. Week from
Are you-
rookies in the house?
I don't know. Part of me is like, wow, that was a brutal, slow, long, uneventful offseason.
Yeah.
And the other part of me is like, dude, summer's almost over. Like, are you ready? Like, fall football's here.
Well,
It just blows my mind.
it
Do you
is
know how
crazy.
far we are? And like, summer's over.
Dude, don't say that. It's been a good summer.
I feel like training camp is some. I'm trying to think. If we're eating, so stealing a page from the Pride of St. Paul, Mitch Hedberg, R.I.P.,
Yeah.
where it's like pancakes.
Love Mitch.
Like training camp is like pancakes. Like you have a full stack of say like 8 of them. Like you're so excited for the first couple bites, but like halfway through you're like, why did I do this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it just does not end. Also, you can't stop because you have to finish. That's what it is. Like eventually it turns into so Mike, talk about how practice went today. Cool. Like once the beat guys start getting into the talk about things, or they ask very specific niche questions because they need a quote for their article that they already have like 3/4 saved. Like that's the dog days.
That's always
Nailed
great.
it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So we noticed that Eric Kendricks wasn't practicing today, but how's he mentoring the young players, like Eric Wilson specifically? How's that going, Mike?
Do you think it'll be better being closer to the city and stuff, or do you think that something's lost with Mankato?
Well, a little.
Yeah, no, there's definitely
little
something
magic's
lost. I mean,
for
it's like
sure, it's a new era, man.
it's probably better, like for
It's
the
much more
players, and the
efficient.
team, and all that.
Much more
But yeah, I mean,
efficient
it's
for
not like
everybody.
you're not losing. You're obviously losing something.
I think it's better for the beat guys, but for us plebeians of the blogosphere, like was kind of more fun.
And Jake's Pizza. They're screwed, right?
Oh,
They're done. They're going under.
They're toast.
They're moving
Be
to
back
Egan.
in 15.
Biology RIP because drunk college kids don't eat pizza.
Never.
Or what about burrito wings?
Oh, no,
RIP
burrito
wings. Damn. Arif still got some left in his fridge. Dude.
Their wings were not that good.
No.
Hopefully-
Burrito, though.
Hopefully the burritos.
Oh, burrito tacos are good.
What's good here?
We got both kinds of drunk foods, country and western. Follow Zone Coverage on Twitter at Zone Coverage MN. Also become a subscriber and support the ship. What kind of ship is this? All right, so Tom, you're like the captain on verge of mutiny at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that so enthusiastically.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, it was holding leadership.
I
What's up,
like
guys?
the challenge. I like the challenge.
Or like who crossed the
Who are you?
the northern passages in Canada and was like mutinied like 3 times?
That's a good question.
Is that Cook? No, that's Southern Hemisphere. I'm stupid. Doesn't matter. But
Don't say
no,
that.
We're like a frigate. We are definitely like an old school wood frigate in like 1905. We're just still
Please
there,
subscribe
chilling.
to our frigate.
So if you want more inaccurate historical analogies, subscribe. Or you can just get them here for free. Subscribe, rate, review us on the iTunes as well. Help us climb the charts. So, Rookies Report in a week. As far as the youngins reporting a couple days early, I like it. It lets the new guys get a little bit of lay of the land, a little bit more hands-on time. Know that they've had some in rookie camp and OTAs, but I think it's good. Plus, veterans don't want to miss as much training camp as possible.
Yeah, you got to get the rooks in there a few days early. I know there's obviously rookie OTAs and everything else before this, but I think it's important to get those rookies, get their feet wet a little bit, make sure they know what they're doing. It's important to be efficient. We were just talking about being efficient for writers and media and bloggers and everything when we're down there. It's important to be efficient as the players too, because you only get so much time during practice. So if you got 1 or 2 guys holding you up, and whether it's not lining up right or they don't know the plays or just something as far as the fundamentals of just practicing, it holds everybody on the 90-man roster back. So I think it's important to get those rookies out there the first few days and make sure they're comfortable with what they're doing before you start the big show and get all the vets out there. And then 2-3 days later,
What's going to be the big storyline coming out of the first rookie practices? A la
Tyler
Jerome
Conklin.
Badringer looking really good.
Mike Hughes probably gets like 8 interceptions against Peter Pujols.
Yeah. Well, basically, yeah, it's like, what is Trey Wayne's trade value? Because Mike Hughes is going to win that number 2 spot, right? He looks so good
right.
against Jeff Badditt.
Holton Hill, dark horse starter? Question mark.
Right.
Click the link
Click the link.
to find out more. Answer
Holton
no.
Hill better than Mike Hughes?
Question mark. That's like a narrative trope that was driven to the grounds. Like, well, the UDFA class is better than the draft class because that like Hurricane.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really impressive UDFA class. It just it got away from people, I think.
Yeah. When it's all said and done, do you think this 2018 draft class will be better or worse than the 2016 class?
Does that include the UDFAs? That
Yes.
matters.
It does matter. It's huge. Well, you get guys like Anthony Harris and stuff
Who's
in
in
there.
last year's draft class? I don't know. Who was the
So, I'm
rookie
sorry,
last
you
year?
said 2016 versus
was like Treadwell.
Oh,
Mack.
2016, okay.
Yeah.
versus this year?
Yeah.
Probably this year.
Yeah, I'd say this year. Overall, top to bottom. You got some Holton Hills and guys like that. I think the depth's better. It's easy to grade 2016 because Treadwell didn't really pan out, and a lot of people got questions about Mac right now too, going into his third year. So,
and those are the only 2 picks they made in that draft.
Really?
So,
yeah, they
we're
traded
good.
that 3rd round pick.
Yeah. See, 2016 UDFAs.
And then Willie Beavers was the 4th pick.
Freaking Beavers.
That was too easy.
2016 UDFAs of note: Kyle Carter, tight end. He's with the Giants now. Jarrell Presley. Ooh.
Presley.
Denzel Perrine, Jake Gannis, Joel Stave.
What about
who's-
Theron Cochran, right?
Who's the corner that we both love that ended up going to New England and ended up getting on their 53?
That wasn't that draft class,
That
but
was the year
Justin
before. It
Coleman
was
or something like that.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Loved
Pride of
me some
Tennessee. What's
Coleman.
up, Rocket? Oh, random. Brandon Zylstra was a UDFA tryout in 2016.
But for the Vikings?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Comes full circle.
Cool.
There you go.
Touche.
Yeah. Do you think I like Brandon Zylstra as a dark horse, Mr. Mankato? because he checks a lot of the boxes. Hashtag one of us. He's a wide skill position guy going up against like DB 3s, 4s, and 5s.
People have already asked him if he's the next Adam Thielen. People have already asked Adam Thielen if Brandon Zylstra's the next him.
I hope they're warming up.
Definitely.
Yeah, I hope they're warming up to that because they're going to get a lot of that.
I don't want to
throughout
be
training camp.
I don't want him to be the next Adam Thielen. I want him to be better than Adam Thielen.
I want Adam Thielen to be the poor man's Brandon Zylstra.
I feel like I already am.
What if that's actually a thing? What if that happens?
Can you imagine his agent's like, shh, Diggs is getting money.
So speaking of Diggs,
Poor Chad Beebe. He could have been the next Adam Thielen, but Brandon Zylstra outshowed him, man.
Chad Beebe's going to be a miniature pocket Chris Walsh.
There you
That
go.
should be his PCW. Hey, yo, 84 PCW. What's up, man? All right. So speaking of Diggs, so the Brandon Cooks contract, the 5 for $80. With what is the final guarantee?
I think it's 20.5 unless you include injury guarantee.
Yeah. All right. So 20.5 all day is the guarantee. So it's a third less.
Yeah, they can get out of
than
it.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of toilet paper on that contract.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That is all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy's cool with it.
Yeah.
Because the guaranteed number, I think that's going to be the holdup on Diggs. Because I think the $30 million guaranteed mark is going to be the Mendoza line. Because that's where Watkins was, even on a 3-year deal. That's where Devontae Adams is. It's like, if you get over that, I think you're in business. If under that, it gets a little dicey.
Yeah.
I think they know that though too. I mean, they're not dumb. They know, guys like Watkins, like you said, and Devontae Adams. If that's what they're getting,
I'll go get Yanka.
then
Yep.
yeah, they know
Yes,
they shouldn't even get to the roundtable discussion without having at least something close to that $30 million. Otherwise, yeah, they're not going to be they're not even going to be close. And what are we talking? 13 mil average. 4 or 5 year. Somebody was also
surprised
saying
if it was closer to 14. I know Eric Thompson over the Daily Norseman was mentioning could get up to 15. I kind of doubt it.
Now, what is your opinion on would it be smarter for Diggs to take a 3-year and then just go do it again in 3 years and go scoop up more money?
I think the Brandon Cooks deal throws a wrench in things because
it does.
Landry essentially was an open market deal, but Brandon Cooks resigning with the team, yes, they traded for him last year, but it's resigning in a house still getting that amount of money where I don't know. If I'm Diggs, I'm just betting on myself, man. We got Cousins, we got DeFilippo. I'll put up a 1,000-yard season. Either I'll get $16 million a year here, or I'll get franchise tag for $17 million, or I'll go somewhere else and just bank. Yeah.
Now, of course, he seems like the guy, too, to bet on himself, to wager on himself. Ultra confident, team swag, but he's also a guy that hasn't played 16 games either. And there's been a chunk of games, too, during the middle of the seasons there, even though he has played. So it says, 14 of 16. There's been a stretch of 4 to 6 games in a few seasons where he clearly was not healthy either.
Yeah.
So, Spielman and Brzezinski, they're going to bring that to the table a little bit, too. Not necessarily saying there's going to be a huge injury clause in there, but I'm just saying that's going to be one of their kind of bugaboos when he asks for this monster contract. They're going to rebuttal and say, well, dude, you haven't played 16 games yet.
Give me $14.5 a year, $1 million a game.
Okay, touche. You can do that. Yeah. You can do that.
Game.
Yeah. If I'm Diggs' agent in negotiations, I'm just going to. Every time Spielman says, he hasn't had a 1,000-yard season, he is injured a lot, just holding up a picture of Laquan Treadwell and Kendall Wright. Just like, but Mr. Agent's like, picture.
Yeah. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Because you think either the Vikings and Diggs don't come to a deal. Yanka in the house. What's going on?
What's going on, y'all?
We like your Target shirt.
Thank you. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, buddy. You bought it on the way over.
I did.
It is on your walk over.
No, it was in Target. I just went in there and I was just like, hey, can you get me a shirt to look like
They're
you
like,
got
Yanka?
that podcast? Yeah, I come back. Yeah, man.
Good deal, dude.
I wasn't even wearing my work name tag at all either, so it's like, she just turns to me and she's just like, hey, do you know where the dustpans are? And I just keep walking.
And then she's like, dick. But
she called the cops on me because I wasn't helpful.
Yeah, what's the deal with everyone calling cops? All right, so departuring. But the basketball foul, calling the cops.
Yeah. No, you stop playing basketball after that.
Have you seen the cop? He had his body
He's
cam
not
on.
allowed back to the game, right? Like,
No, the funny thing.
way.
No, funny thing. After they finished the game, after the cops left.
What?
They finished the game, bruh,
And they let the dude play?
and they let the guy play.
Man, he must have gotten fouled so many times.
No, we would have
after
went
that.
straight to 3-on-3 after that. You are on the last rotation,
out, dude.
No,
If I'm that gym, I just literally just take your membership away.
Right?
You're out, dude. Bro code, guy code, like that's your man card, dude. You're out.
Have you seen the cop body cam footage? Because he had his cam on.
Wait, there's a body cam footage
Yeah.
of this
That's
interaction?
hilarious.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah, of all the times to have your body cam actually on, like this petty stuff, like, okay, cool. But that could be a whole nother show. But
Did you see the body cam footage that came out? I think yesterday of a cop car chase / shoot 'em up style, like hit and run. It was in Nevada. Came out yesterday. Body cam.
Morbid as hell, man.
First person view of this cop. Why it was cool is because he was shooting through his windshield into this car.
brought to you by Zone Coverage.
so
Remember that cop? Football's almost back, guys. Sorry. Give me one more week.
So it looked like Doom.
It looked just like Doom. Now I have to pull it up.
Speaking of which, Doom the movie. No, just kidding. All right, so Yankee just came in.
Yeah.
Talk about Diggs. Your 2 cents.
I don't know. I got into this conversation today. You know, the 1,000-yard. He has never had a 1,000-yard season, never played 16 full games. Thing has come up. But, I mean, if you look at Diggs right now, currently speaking, I think at his career average yards per game is about 62.5. Obviously, if you put that average over the course of a season, it's a 1,000-yard wide receiver. I think you just have to look at like the things like that as far as his efficiency. Like Stephon Diggs is performing at a really, really high level for a guy who isn't necessarily. He hasn't had a full healthy 16 season, but I understand that his first season, Norv Turner held him back. His second season,
He was inactive the first 3 games. What the hell?
First 3 games, and he didn't. And he didn't even start for. He only started 9 games that season. So, he was basically holding off Mike Wallace and Charles Johnson at the time. But
I mean, come on, Denver week 4.
Held off by
held
Mike
up
Wallace.
exactly right by the contract that was Mike Wallace.
Denver week 4, Aqib Talib at the height of his powers, and Diggs puts him on skates.
It's on skates. I remember being at the game, watching him versus Kansas City Chiefs, and like this dude is special. Like I saw him just. There's just one play where he has like an out route or whatever, and he's running against 2 defenders. He stops on the dime. And then the defender kind of like tries to tackle him. He accelerates again. He stops again and gets the other guy to trip. And then he just like points at his feet. And I'm like, this dude's going to be special. So, I mean, I don't think there's any question that you got to pay this guy. And any of the conversations about what about Adam Thielen? Well, Adam Thielen didn't even think he deserved number 1 money. That's why he took the contract that he took last season. So he could have bet on himself, but he didn't. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Stephon Diggs.
So screw you, Adam.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Go home.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he is home. Exactly. Stephon Diggs, in my opinion, deserves every amount of money that he's going to get. You can always build in something that's incentive based to kind of protect yourself against injury. But I'm for, if you need to pay him $16 million, I'm for paying him $16 million.
If I'm Diggs, just take out a massive insurance policy and be like, I'm rolling them bones. Don't care.
How much is
go.
Anthony Barr's insurance policy?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
I still think that's
For
BS.
For another time.
I don't know. Well, that'll be the first training camp question. Hey, Anthony, how much are you insured for? What's going on, man?
Do you honestly think that he did that, or he was just like, I'm going to hold out, and Zim's like, no, and then he showed up the next week?
I think it's a part truth. Like, I think he does have insurance policy, but I think the excuse that he missed the first week was too convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it like that. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, so Zim, PA on that other place, which what were they called? I don't know. But Paul Allen on his show was down at Zimmerland Ranch, which was always cool.
I wish this was
I only listened
filmed.
to it a little bit, but
I love that. Just Marvin Lewis, just like, what's up?
Did you hear when
Marvin Lewis was just there?
No, they had a bunch of
called it.
surprise guests, so Zimmer didn't know. And the only bit I listened to, I was on my way to go get some coffee, and the only one I listened to was, Andy, tell me if you heard this one, when his mom called in. He
I
didn't
did not.
know it was his mom.
Oh God.
He's like, is that my aunt? Who's that? He goes, he had like 3 guesses. He goes, no, it's your mom, dude. It was like weird for like 20 seconds. He's like, oh yeah.
I mean, he
sorry.
obviously didn't expect it.
No, he didn't. But
Yeah.
still, it's your mom. You didn't recognize your mom.
Right,
Well,
right.
no, it's like they have a rocky relationship since he had to cut her since she just wasn't holding the edge.
Do you remember when Brian Murphy went down there a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just love the question where he's like, "What would you do if you're not coaching football?" And like Zimmer thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he thinks about it. It's like coach high school football.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
like
I remember
that
that.
was not. How you answer that?
Not what I meant.
He would be a
That's fine.
badass high school coach.
Oh, for sure. I could see it like as just like an old man when he's done with the NFL.
Where
Oh, like a Favre, where Favre would like go coach.
Yeah. He probably still is. He probably in Mississippi with
I know,
the
like
kids. Yeah.
Steve Weish, who was the Bill Walsh protege, coached in the Super Bowl with the Bengals stuff. Like after coached the Bucks too, I think. But after he retired, quote unquote, like in a place where he retired, is like, all right, I'm just gonna offensive coordinate the local high school team, and he did that.
Do you think? You think Zimmer's teams win like 6-3? Like he just runs the ball on
Oh,
every
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
42 just runs, straight runs.
The running back.
When I mean straight, I mean not only consecutive, but literally just right up the middle.
It'd be interesting what would happen if like he's in a situation where he like stumbles upon like a 5-star quarterback prospect and he's like, I gotta throw the ball again.
He's like, no, you can go to the school across the street.
Where it's like, no,
Our
like,
defense will stifle you.
taking a page from his college book is like, I'll switch to a linebacker.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say. But on that show, he mentioned that Mike Remmers is essentially cemented in at right guard, so it looks like Rashad Hill is going to get that first crack at right tackle spot. Thoughts?
Boy, they must be really. I mean, I was hoping for Remmers to at least start camp at right tackle. It just seems like there's so much more depth. There's so much more bodies in the interior. And I just feel like guys like Isadora, Easton, Elfline, there's a lot of them, that Remmers could have been maybe a better value play, if you will, over at tackle. So that tells me if they want to roll Remmers in with all the extra bodies they have in an interior, that tells me that they must be pretty comfortable with Rashad Hill over at right tackle, more than we are, obviously.
Maybe less uncomfortable is maybe a better way
Less
to put
uncomfortable. There you go,
yeah, I do have confidence that Hill will play better this year than he did last year. But the extent of how much better, I don't know. Given how
Playoffs
much
were brutal.
Yeah, right. Given how much more valuable a tackle is than a guard, I don't know that this is necessarily the right play. It's probably more of a, we're not going to think about it too much. We just want to play our best 5 players. Hill is one of our best 5 offensive linemen, so and he plays tackle, so we've got Remmers out there at guard. I think that's probably the thinking. I'm not incredibly comfortable with it, and I don't remember the last time Cousins has played well without a good offensive line. And
Against the Vikings
particularly at
second
the
half
tackle.
last year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's worrisome, but you know it's better that they've made a decision than they enter the season not knowing.
It kind of along lines with that. I feel like I remember seeing a stat where I think the move Remmers to guard is definitely to help Cousins a little bit more so. I can't remember where I read the stat, but I just think that I remember it saying either Kirk Cousins was just more susceptible to just like interior pressure, like he played significantly worse than he did for, pressure from the edges and whatnot. So I think it is to protect that interior a little bit more so. But it's like you said, he hasn't really had a poor offensive line since he's really joined the league. So it'll be interesting to see if with a new offense how quick he adapts to everything.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out Danny Isadora. The fact that OTAs, he was getting a bunch of first-team reps at that left guard spot, I'm like, I don't think this is put to bed yet.
Danny Isadora, you said left guard?
No,
For the right guard?
right guard spot, yeah.
So then just kick Remmers back out, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Isadora is not good either. So,
Hey. Give it time.
yeah, okay.
I just do we think that this offensive line is going to be better, equal, or worse than
Then
last
with the
year?
29th rated offensive line in PFF.
28.
Yeah, sure.
Show some love.
I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, I don't know. I guess worse.
I think worse too.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's difficult because Berger was such a good player that his retiring automatically makes the line worse, especially when your early investment in the offensive line is not expected to play early. And hey, by putting Remmers at guard, you get another opportunity to see if Brian O'Neill can maybe start sooner than you thought by having him compete directly with Rashad Hill. So maybe there's that. But yeah, I mean, by nature, it gets worse because you lost a guy who was playing well, and you didn't have a way to really replace him. So, yeah, I guess it's worse. But I wouldn't be surprised if Riley Reif played better than he did last year too.
Say that Rashad Hill, Danny Isadora, Gossett O'Neill, like they all get shelled in joint practices with the Jaguars, preseason game, etc. Joe Berger hasn't lost all that weight. Like, if he isn't like a 175-pound triathlete yet, he's going to say,
if you didn't pull
Joe.
a Jordan Gross.
Joe.
Jordan Gross.
Joe. Can I call you Joe?
$3 million. Oh, speaking of weight loss, have you ever seen Alan Faneca?
Yeah. Marathon runner, Alan Faneca.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Dude was like 325 pounds for the Jets, and now he's running marathons.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
The first one that really goes to me was Matt Burke.
Yeah.
I mean, Burke was just nuts.
Got ripped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's from Harvard, and he's smartly lost the weight.
Yeah, he smartly lost the weight. Yeah.
Now, he's literally only skull and bones now. Oh, wait.
No, you're not wrong.
That's a little deep.
That was good. I like that.
The Wilf owners report from Sports Illustrated. I think that piece was fascinating. Sports Illustrated breaking down all the owners, like how they made their money, how they bought the team,
Their political donations.
political affiliations. Which
People got mad at including that information.
Yeah.
I like that Kraft is like, all right, I'm playing both sides. Don't care.
I mean, sort of. I mean, he was
Yeah.
playing one side for a while, and then his friend
Yeah.
ran.
It's like he joined NWO.
I do think I think this is kind of the case for a lot of players, who retire. I think you could probably convince Joe Berger if like, let's say season starts 2-4 or 1-4.
Didn't they try to convince you? I mean, I thought they.
I don't think they really tried this.
I think they tried.
Not that much, but I think
they tried.
They could probably. Season's not really going that well. They could probably convince him to come back.
I disagree. I think they tried. I think they failed.
Okay, I'll say that they may have tried and failed, but I feel like they could try again. And
You just got to have Yinka sweet talk in there.
Yeah, no, just like, hey,
Berger's
Reef.
probably just blocking the number at this point.
Hey, Reef.
Well, I mean,
No, I'm done.
My biggest
Stop
thing
calling me.
as these veterans is just like, man, if I can just find a way to skip all the offseason stuff, the OTAs,
Right.
and then
Pull the Favre.
Yeah, pull the farm, man, or whatever, however you want to fling out a name like AP, whatever. Like skip the training camp stuff and even a few preseason games. All that wear and tear. I just think that would be huge, and I would be much more prone to coming back once I start getting some real paychecks too. Yeah, of course.
I think they'd probably figure it out. They're like, oh, Luke retired again for the third consecutive year.
Question for you guys.
So see you in
I thought
September.
Revis was retired until.
That's true.
Oh, he did.
Officially retired.
Well, he had a first retirement playing safety for the Chiefs. That counts too. All right, so question for you guys. Joe Berger, no offseason work, no preseason, shows up, practice for beginning of week 1 with all of the young guys getting in a full offseason. Is he still a top 5 Vikings offensive lineman if he just shows up week 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
The question is if he's a top 4, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's I don't know. But like 5, yeah, he's competing with Tom Compton and Danny Isadora.
Would you start him week 1 just walking in the building?
Yeah, I would.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're probably not changing the plays that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume
Lead
so.
other
Yeah,
offense,
I mean, there's always that risk. Like he
I
shows
mean, they're
up, he
both
just.
West Coast coordinators,
Yeah.
and they got the same offensive line coach. It's like whatever.
I have to assume like it takes him a little bit to get going, like to get in game shape, as they call it. But nonetheless, like Arif just mentioned a few names like Tom Compton, I assume that he'd be ready to roll and be an upgrade over those guys.
Would you?
You think he keeps in shape?
Money's
that's a good
money's the same. Joe Berger or Richie Incognito?
Oh, Jesus.
Joe Berger.
Yeah, I guess Joe.
I just can't. I can't do Richie. Who
Yeah, but
likes?
besides, the NSA
who
is spying
likes
on
my-
Richie. You don't want that in your
Right.
locker room.
I'm pretty sure that Richie Incognito knows where I live, and it's only
That's
a matter,
true. Yeah,
only
you
a
liked
matter
your
of time.
tweet. You're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done, son.
No, he's an ambassador for boo bullying. Which
Or do you think that he really thought that I was being like serious?
Actually, I thought about this too. That I don't know if you thought
Like I was not being sarcastic.
Explain to the people
Oh
what's
yeah,
going
so
on.
it was back when like Richie got like was it let go or whatever.
when he got busted for
Chucking the weight, saying the government
checking the
spying
weight
on
at the gym, and then complaining that the NSA was like spying on him and stuff.
I tweeted out like in quotes, and I said like Richie Incognito is not a locker room problem. And last week was it?
Yeah,
he
it
liked
was
the
Oh
tweet.
yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and we're like Rip Yinka.
I was just like, ooh, man, that is I'm 27. I'm 27. It's a good year to die. Most of the like brilliant artists die.
Yeah,
at
it's the 27 Club. Yeah.
So I'd
He
take
was like,
it.
do it.
Join like Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse. Right? She's
Yeah,
dead, right?
she's dead.
Yeah,
She's
27, I think.
27.
Yeah. So
I can't go to 28, man.
Jimmy?
what?
Jimmy?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Why is it always
You're in good
27?
The Doors, dude.
Van Morrison.
Did he die?
Yeah, he's probably dead.
Dang.
So we're all gonna die. So you should do some living. You should go get the
I'm
best
gonna
burger
Google
in the
Elvis
Twin Cities.
Costello.
MyBurgerUSA.com. 5 locations: Stadium Village, Richfield, Calhoun, Skyway, and also St. Paul, Mac, Groveland, because they are family owned. Open since 04. Long track record. Delicious. Because they're made fresh. They taste better. They got malts. They got beer. They got salads. They got sweet potato fries. They got locally baked gluten-free buns. If that's your thing, do it up. And also, order online, myburgerusa.com. Plus, subscribe. Join the frigate. That should be the new thing. Join the frigate.
Join the frigate.
The rickety old
redemption.
ship that's going to get swamped by Moby's dick.
Excuse you?
I put the possessive in there on purpose. But My Burger USA, if you become subscriber to Zone Coverage, you will get a free My Burger burger. And also, how much is it from Buffalo Wild Wings?
$5.
That too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hey, you get there at happy hour. That's some mozzarella sticks or
Yeah.
street tacos, or that's about it.
Yo,
Delish. Yeah.
Avril Lavigne.
Whoa!
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Pull out here.
What if 6 years ago,
What are you gonna pull out here?
when she was 27,
Whoa!
Right?
No
Right.
way.
Right?
Yeah.
No way.
That would have been crazy.
Well, she did die, so
right? No, yeah, we're just trying to figure it out.
Well, it wasn't that around the time where she just like, hey, I don't want to like pretend to be like emo and goth anymore. I want to
Yeah.
just like be
Yeah, when she completely changed personalities, yeah.
yeah. So she did die.
I just want to live in the suburbs and drive a Subaru.
There's a really good chance it happened when she was 27. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Avril Lavigne did die.
because the new album came out in 2012. Oh,
27.
There it is.
that was 6 years ago. Oh my god.
Right.
Well, this is more evidence that
Yeah,
she's
this is
dead
clearly more
because she was
evidence.
27 when it happened. So, yeah. Also in the 27 Club, aside from Avril Lavigne, Janis Joplin.
Oh. There we go.
Hey, take another piece of my heart. Cronin took a piece of my heart when she didn't pick the Vikings to win the NFC North, unlike her ESPN Nation NFC North compatrons. So this means nothing, but people got a
Yeah, but
little.
she's a hater now.
Yeah, she's a hater
And she's
now.
covering
So
the
it means a
team.
lot.
Yeah, people got up in arms because of Demofsky and Dickerson and Rothstein all picked the Vikings to win the division, because I feel like that's almost what you have to do. Like, if you're covering the team, well, I don't want to be a homer, so I'll pick another team to win the division.
I don't think anyone at ESPN was at risk of thinking that Courtney Cronin was a homer her first year covering the team.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's such a hater because she picked the Vikings to win 10 games. So terrible.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And like we always get people
So
who,
biased.
Ben Gessling he's from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which made sense if, he picked the Vikings. Like Cronin's from Chicago, I think.
Yeah, Chicago.
Chicago-ish
She spent a
area.
bunch of time in the Bay Area covering the Warriors and
yeah,
stuff.
so I mean, like she has like no affiliations to Minnesota whatsoever. So the fact that
she just looked at the schedule, said 10 games.
I mean,
that's not
the
gonna be
fact
enough
that she
to
took
win
the
an
Bears
upset,
was a
fine.
little suspect, Like they weren't expecting
was
to
it
do
in
much.
Was it in Soldier Field though?
No, win the division.
Oh,
Yeah, they won the
She
division.
picked the Bears to win the division.
Yeah, I like how that
7-9.
didn't even register with you.
Miss Cronin, she is officially a Minnesota beats writer.
This is why we have to get through the off season, so when we get to training camp, be like, oh, Brian O'Neill took some reps with the twos. What does this mean? Question mark. Click.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Courtney Cronin has to do a press conference.
Thank you all for coming.
Some personal.
I said wouldn't.
That's a deep cut.
there have been some good jokes on the pod so far, fellas.
Something that's also a joke. Aaron Rodgers' swing but he tied for 18th at the something called the American Century Championship. Lake Tahoe. Adam Thielen also tied for 18th. Tony Romo won it because he spent half his playing career on golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised that Tony Romo won it, actually.
Because when he wasn't injured, he was just playing golf, right?
Yeah.
He was like the clear favorite. He was like 2-1 out of somehow.
You know the odds?
Something popped up on my timeline, and like it was like Romo 2-1, and everybody else was like
incredibly
10 or 1.
You have to stop
or
getting
above.
badge notifications from your sports betting app.
No. Keep them coming.
Yeah. But Rome, I always think it's a strong correlation between being good under pressure and being good at golf. So you'd think that Romo would have been better under pressure since he's such a good golfer. But it doesn't correlate with him.
He actually wasn't bad under pressure or in the playoffs or in the final 2 minutes of a close game. He just got
How
the
dare
reputation.
you go against the accepted narrative with information, Arif?
I've not seen a quarterback more statistically at odds with his reputation than Tony Romo. And Cowboys fans have all the stats in the world to prove it, too. It's crazy, but really there is not a dimension statistically where Romo fell behind in pressure in the playoffs. Like his playoff stats are like better than Peyton Manning's, which again, maybe not the best comparison, but like it's kind of weird. So
it's not as bad as the stereotype of Tony Romo and the
right, and like. Well, you think about it, like Tony Romo gets like this clutch, gets this clutch reputation from like botching a hold on a snap as the field goal holder, and then he's like dog shit center. What was his name? Phil Costa snapping it over his head, kind of like with Peyton Manning in the playoff game against Seattle.
Oh, that's right, Manny Fernandez. What's up?
Yeah, so whatever.
Is Romo first ballot Hall of Famer?
No,
No.
Will he do his speech in Chattanooga?
Probably not.
You should do one in Eastern Illinois. Him and Garoppolo and Sean Payton present. Hey, what's going on? So NFL Network going to be airing 2 Vikings preseason games. Week 1 at Denver, the Case Keenum Bowl. Nice. Everyone wants those narratives as Keenum plays a drive. Cool. First drive. Like who's the Broncos OC nowadays? Doesn't matter. Yeah. He should have a sense of humor and call Buffalo Right 7 Heaven just like 4 times in a row.
Oh, my God.
It's like, chuck it up. Hey, Emmanuel Sanders, be better than Stephon Diggs. Sorry, be a poor man's version of Stephon Diggs.
Oh, my God. You ready to know who the O coordinator is?
Who?
Bill Musgrave.
That's
it. Did he ever leave?
They have to sign Ponder now, right?
I think they kind of have to. Again.
Yeah, again.
Back for the first time.
I still want to know if Ponder has a ring.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Dang.
Like if he would have gotten one,
Paxton Lynch, Chad Kelly is your starting 3.
Chad Swag Kelly.
Does he have that much swag though?
Well, that's his name, though. Swag Kelly.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Legally, it's
doesn't matter.
swag. My apologies.
Swag Kelly's gonna end up being the starter in like 3 years.
He goes to the courthouse and they're like, yeah.
All right. Well, we can give you the name, but I don't think we can spell it with the $sign. So.
Also, week 2 at home, preseason home opener. Get some versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Let's go.
Who cares about the game? Those are going to be fun practices, though.
Oh, yes.
Great.
Yes. Yeah. I'm excited for those, actually.
Just want to see Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Diggs go at it. Also, Xavier and, I guess they don't have not Hurts. Who the hell do they have left a wide receiver?
I would really love to actually see
Marquise Lee, Dante Moncrief, DJ Shark, Rashad Green, and D.D. Westbrook is listed as the 5, but really he's like the 3, to be honest.
I actually want to see Ramsey on Adam Thielen because I feel like he would make him cry.
You know that's gonna really kick off.
Yeah, well, who makes you use he make him cry?
That's Ramsey kind of covering.
Oh my
Thielen
gosh,
would make Thielen cry.
You think so?
I think so.
Now the question is, how much do we really get?
He got like a reaction of AJ Green.
Well,
that's
yeah.
True. Yeah,
that's true.
AJ Green like doesn't talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got AJ Green to throw hands. I forgot about that.
AJ Green's super mellow, cool and calm.
We have seen Adam Thielen nearly blown up before.
When?
You haven't 2016 or whatever. Didn't he get into a little scuffle with
Talib?
Was it Talib?
Oh,
it was someone. You guys remember, right?
No, I don't remember.
Which is more out of character, AJ Green throwing down with Jalen Ramsey or Andre Johnson and Cortland Finnegan?
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan. That was
hilarious.
That was hilarious.
I hope they play that in Andre Johnson's Hall of Fame ceremony, like as part of his highlight package. Just wailing on somebody that no one liked Cortland Finnegan on his own team.
Yeah. Actually, for the joint practices, I just want to see Ngakwe going up against Rashad Hill, where we'll be like, maybe this is a bad idea.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Ngakwe has this like really weirdly unsustainable rate of performance. Like he's got an extraordinarily high fumble rate on sacks. He's got an extraordinarily high sack rate on pressures and an extraordinarily high recovery rate on fumbles. Like it feels like all of that could collapse and he could still be a pretty good player.
Strip sack
Anyway,
king.
Rashad Hill's screwed in that scenario.
And I wonder how much of a taste are we really going to get of the ones versus the ones? Again, they'll sprinkle them in a little bit, but you know how these things end up going. We'll get a taste maybe the first half of that day one, but I think it's going to be a lot of the 2s and 3s. I'm interested to see, again, I was talking to, I think it was just my dad the other day, and he was saying, who did they pick? Remind me, Lou, who did they draft? Somebody on offense, I hope, right? And it's like, no, not only do they already have one of the best defenses in the league, but a reminder, they spent their first 2 picks on defense. Remember, Taven Bryan was a guy that a lot of Vikings fans, including me, had pegged as a possible target at defensive tackle.
He's like Keith Millard, but better.
And then Ronnie Harrison, another great safety from Alabama. Sorry. So, Ngakwe, Malik Jackson, Calais Campbell, Dante Fowler, and Taven Bryan. That's a dirty D-line that the Vikes O-line's going to get some good practice in those 2 days.
It was not a game, but
Not a game.
Adam Pac-Man Jones and Adam Thielen got into a scuffle.
And that was
you're
the last
completely
time
right.
we did that.
Which the fact that Thielen held his own after we see that airport video, it's all right, dude. It's all right.
Well, I mean, I thought
he shut Pac-Man up after that.
I thought it was just that Pac-Man refused to cover him in practice. Oh no, okay, no, I remember this.
We have
I
the
remember
video
this
right
now,
here.
yeah.
Well, it started that way, right?
Well, it's okay for someone to blow up in practice, man. That's different. It's not a game.
Oh,
Not a game.
They threw hands though.
So the last time
Yeah, it's fine.
Vikes had a little scrimmage during
Yeah.
training camp, shit went down, dude.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it was like the Bengals, right? Like
They
the
can't
even
go one
odds
practice.
on a fight
yeah,
happening.
even
right?
odds. They can't go
Yeah.
one practice without. So who's the maybe the odds-on favorite this year to get in a scrum? Jaguars. Treadwell. Treadwell
Ramsey
always.
and literally anyone.
Treadwell always.
Bortles and Everson.
Treadwell and Chris Porzinski.
I was
Is he
gonna
still on the team?
I was going to say Bortles and his wide receiver core.
That would be good to watch.
Bortles,
Yeah, I could see Treadwell and Ramsey going at
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
Bortles, Dave Caldwell. Trusted you were the chosen one. Get some music ready. We'll play the game here in a sec.
Do you actually want Papa Roach?
Shit stink. All right, so we're going to play a quick little game called Door Numero 2, or for you Gentiles, Door Number 2. I will give you a Vikings player, and you either keep them or gamble. Roll the dice.
I like this.
Select Door Number 2. Random player selected by me. So, could be awesome. Could be terrible.
Wait, what's this like? Does this include like UDFAs or like I don't like? What's the set of randomness?
It'll be a random current NFL player.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably starting.
Probably.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like
All
it.
right. All right, so here we go. First one. We'll start at the top. Little Kirk Jerome Cousins, 3 for 84, captain. Oh, 38-7, 384. Damn it, so close.
No, yeah.
Kirk should have got $5 more million, man. You held out. All right, so Kirk Cousins, keep him or door number 2?
I'm door number 2 in it.
Keep him.
I'm keeping them. It's just too risky of a position to risk it on.
All right,
I don't know what you're going to throw out.
We'll go
but
majority, keeping them behind door number 2.
It was.
Well, hold on. I got to get my keys.
You guys
Blake-
are making terrible
Blake
sense.
it was Blake Bortles.
Look at that.
He has better volume stats, guys.
I'm not even sure he has that.
Maybe not.
Probably got more touchdowns.
Actually, I want to see how many 4,000-yard seasons Blake Bortles has, because that's the the default propping up Kirk Cousins. So Bortles has one 4,000-yard season, one 3,900, and last year put up about 3,700. Yeah, whatever. All right, running back. Dalvin Cook, come back, year 2, sophomore surge. Keeping him or door number 2?
I'm keeping him.
Cook?
So
Keeping him.
So the book play is to keep him, but I suspect Andy is going to screw with us on this one.
Yeah. Totally.
Don't do it.
Let's do it.
No, I'll
do
keep him.
All right, keeping.
Keeping
Yeah.
him.
What was door number 2?
Door number 2.
Was it Kareem Hunt?
Gurley.
Chris Carson.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
See? Told you, bro.
Yeah.
Told you twice.
See these?
Can you imagine?
Okay. Wide receiver core. Stephon Diggs.
Keep.
Keep. Sweeping it. Door. Brandon Cooks.
Oh, glad it came.
Oh,
so then that's a win.
You're right. Yeah.
But we've
Came
won
out
every
ahead.
time.
Came out ahead.
Or on
3 for
Twitter.
3.
You're all idiots.
Right.
He's got 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, bro.
Yeah.
None of it has to do with Breeze and Brady.
How many times has Stephon Diggs been traded for a first-round pick? 0 times. So, there you go.
He went there, y'all.
Damn.
I love the trade scenarios in a vacuum. Just throwing out there. Yeah. Other wide receiver, Adam Thielen. Keep door number 2.
Number
Keep.
2.
What is your beef, man? I'm keeping him.
Got to keep him.
Keep.
No.
I said.
He said door
I
number
said
2.
door number 2.
Keep.
That's
Door number
majority.
2. Keep. Still going to be keep. Open door. Brandon Marshall.
Oh, good.
Yeah, all
God.
right. Cool. Okay. Like now, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Not
Because if we got
Bears.
like peak year Chicago, Brandon Marshall, we would have been at a loss.
Yeah.
But no, we're good.
Who would you rather have at wide receiver right now? Wide receiver Brandon Marshall or linebacker Brandon Marshall?
I just love how awesome he is on Twitter when it comes to.
Yeah, when people tweet at him.
Yeah.
So mean. Last of the wide receivers, Laquan Treadwell. Keep or door number 2.
Door number 2. Are you
Number
kidding
2.
me?
Yeah, and I feel like also, guys, we're due for somebody good to be behind door number 2 by now too. So this
we
is
had
good
Brandon
timing.
Cooks.
There's Gambler Luke.
This is
right
good
there.
timing. Come on, man.
We had Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, that would have been all right.
But it's still a win, though.
Yeah.
All right, so 2-2-2.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, he wants to get out. He's excited.
You do have black guys.
Shit. It's Cordero.
Oh,
Hey!
You got a kick
I'm all
returner.
for that.
Nice.
We need a running back, too, anyway. Come on, baby. Let's go.
All right, so right now, 0 cap implications aside because it actually costs to cut Treadwell or trade Treadwell. Treadwell for Cordero right now. Would you do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, only
I'm
because
in.
he's a kick returner and the new kick
lost
return rules
Jad
really
and everything.
incentivize
Also, it'd be
kick
hilarious.
returners.
It's like, all right,
It would be super funny.
I'm in.
all right. Kyle Rudolph, keep or door number 2.
Door number 2.
I'll keep him.
Why?
I'm with you.
Because I'm choosing between him or an average tight end.
Or a
He's little bit
potentially
better than
top 5
average.
guy.
Right. There's some
Or
fun tight
potentially
ends.
bottom 5 guy. That's how randomness works.
But that's the thing. It's like he's.
Hey.
But you could potentially have.
It's a tight end. It's not going to matter.
You think he's right in the middle of that?
I think he's a little bit above average. He's not.
Well, yeah,
quite
no,
like-
that's fair. That's
like-
fair.
yeah.
But I
Tight
think
end.
there's probably more that are above him.
If you say it's fair that he's above average, and then you say there are more tight ends that are better than him, then he is not above average.
Well, I mean, he would
So
still.
just put it out there. Just
No, I'm just saying, like, average.
put your take on the table, man.
To put my take on the table. I'd say 10. 10, maybe right at 10.
I'll go door number 2. I'm just intrigued at this point. Yeah.
All right, so keep 2-2.
Yep.
Yeah.
It, was,
Yeah.
it worked last time.
So door number 2. Who's coming in? Dallas Goedert.
Great.
See?
Okay.
See? There you go.
Oh. Fresh.
Got
Fresh
no red
legs,
zone threats
dude.
now.
Fresh legs.
All right, moving on to O-line, starting at the left tackle spot, El Capitan. Well,
Actually, wait, no, hold on. Let's talk about this for a second, just because it'd be really funny that Jake Weineke has to have Dallas Goedert take all of his targets again.
Also, Dallas Goedert's cousin has to walk back all the trash he talked about the Vikings. Just like completely destroy him. It's like, all right, I guess we're in. All right. It doesn't matter. Left tackle, Riley Reif. Keep or door number 2. Riley Reif of the 43.2 PFF score last year.
I'll keep him.
Ballpark.
I'll keep him. I'll keep him.
Keep.
I'll go door number 2.
Door number 2, overruled. Keeping. Who's at the door? Ding dong.
It's going to be Trent Williams.
Hello.
Jermaine Ifedi.
Who is it?
Door number 2 is Matt Khalil.
Oh,
Dodge one. That was like Neo. Like, remember when the Matrix
we're talking about
visual
the Matrix,
effects were
not
cool?
the singer.
Yeah, not the singer. Yeah, but who was in Stomp the Yard, and he was delightful in that.
It was fantastic in
Yeah.
that. And that was that his debut, I think?
I think so.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Neo and Chris Brown before, things.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Center. Bad elf line. Keeper door number 2.
Door number 2.
That was quick.
Wow. You know what? Door number 2. Let's see what happens.
Door number 2.
Door number 2. Oh, welcome in, Mike Pouncey.
Hey.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I got
Take
some
that.
locker room
Sometimes when you
issues,
just
but
put it on the
otherwise-
table, you know.
Sorry, there's some smudge on the name tag. Marquise. It's him.
Don't see.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. All right. 2 more O linemen. So Mike Remmers at right guard. So not Remmers at right tackle. Remmers at right guard. Keeper door number 2.
Man, guards in the league suck.
know.
Door number 2.
2.
Sorry, who? It's Remmers.
Give me door number 2.
Remmers at
Remmers
right
and
guard.
then right guard. Number 2.
2, 2, 2.
2.
Oh, you brought guac, Zach Martin. Welcome to the party.
Look at that.
Go.
Yeah.
See? Telling you.
Patterson and Martin.
This
Let's
is
go.
a party.
You're going to break the table.
If you
Yeah,
only
stop
knew.
putting your girthy takes on the table. Okay.
Bill's Mafia podcast. Come soon. ZoneCoverage.com. Actually, that would be a lot of fun. Just get collar on all the time. All right. Ooh. Remmers at right tackle. Keep or door number 2.
Number
Did
2.
work last time. Do you
Let's
risk
do
it the
door number 2.
biscuit? Yeah, we can go door 2.
Door number 2.
Come on, baby.
Welcome in, Mike Remmers from the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Like you're like,
So just
yeah.
that game.
This got significantly worse.
It's
Yikes.
everybody right now except when you select a right
Right.
tackle. It's like
Yeah.
the one game of Mike Remmers.
Right. But we do have Zach Martin. So.
Yeah.
If we could have that year's Mike Remmers, it's probably fine.
We got Martin,
Actually.
Martin and Pouncey, though, so whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll
All
be
right.
fine.
A couple defenders, and we'll get into hour 2. So Everson Griffin. Keeper door number 2.
Keep.
There's a lot of really good edge rushers there.
Keep
so.
them.
Yeah, I'll keep them, though.
All right. Oh, hello, Harold Landry.
Oh, thank God.
It was going to be tough to beat Everson, right?
Got bet on potential, though. All right. Next up, Daniil Hunter. Keep or door number 2?
Keep.
Keep. Oh, sorry, you can't come in, Cameron Jordan.
Dang. They're not a strong
Nah, I'm fine.
I'm betting on
Would've
the
been
youth.
nice.
Okay.
I like
I'm
the youth.
fine.
Yeah.
Cameron Jordan's nice.
I'm fine.
But I'm
would've
okay.
been nice.
I'm okay, though.
Yeah.
Although Cam
I
had
can
a
live
pretty
with this.
good divisional round game. I forget
Yeah.
who he was going up against, though. Tough. That was tough. All right, 4 more. So Anthony Barr. Keep or door number 2?
Keep.
Keep him.
Yep.
All right. Hey, we don't want any Jamie Collins. Be gone. No one's home.
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Yeah, if it was like 2 years ago, I would have been kind of pissed.
Yeah. All right. Trace to go. Xavier Rhodes. Keep or door number 2?
Keep.
Keep him.
I guess we'll keep him.
Good. Because ding dong. Josh Robinson, we don't want any.
Whoa.
Although, is he technically a safety?
He is.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
now. Yep.
Never mind. Come on back. You can hang out.
Yay!
Hey.
Woo! I'm the only guy who likes him.
I looked up Robert Blanton today. I don't know why, but that
Bills?
Did you do anything after the Bills? Yeah.
No, he's a free agent right now.
Is he?
Free agent. Yeah, that's a
But-
word for it.
Yeah.
Biden time. Like DeMarco Murray, free agent.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. All right, 2 more. Harrison Smith.
Oh, my God.
Keep for door number 2.
I feel like this is a trap.
This is a trick?
This is
yeah.
a trap.
What are you going to, like, pull out Paul Krause? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
Paul
we're
Krause
Cross
now.
between Eric Berry and Earl
Paul Krause
Thomas.
now, yeah.
Keep.
Keep.
Keep? All right.
Keep.
Is it 2011 Ed Reed?
Just keep the door open.
Nah, it's just Earl Thomas.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah. Basically the same player.
Yeah.
It's a pretty crazy statement from a couple of years ago, but
That is
that's just
nuts.
how good Harrison is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Last one, Daniel Carlson. Keep or door number 2?
Door number
Andy
2.
Carlson's
door number
door
2.
number
Door
2.
2.
2-2?
Yep.
2-2.
I hope it's Kai Forbath.
Oh, look.
Blair Walsh.
Good. Someone brought the beer, Sebastian Janikowski. Bringing on Seabass.
Seabass.
Seabass. I'm okay with that.
Dang.
Kick his ass.
78-yard field goal attempt before the half.
Well, if that guy over there is Seabass.
Anymore.
Yeah, but Daniel Carlson.
We came
though.
out behind, I think.
You got a big leg and you have a 10th offensive lineman. It's great.
See?
Who has
G-Reg.
man.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into G-Reg. Listen to hour 2.
G-Reg.
We got open phone lines as well as your Twitter questions, and also we're going to go through some NFL over-unders for the D-Gens. The show's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iRadio, ZoCovers.com/machine. But for Luke and Reef and Ika and Tom, I'm Andy Singh. And excited about those other two.